There's a stretch of road in Arizona that feels less like a highway and more like a time machine. This is known as the Apache Trail, a rugged, winding path carved through the Superstition Mountains, where every turn carries a story and every mile echoes with history. Today, I'm riding it on two wheels. But long before motorcycles, long before cars, this route was something entirely different. Long before it became a road, the Apache Trail was a network of footpaths used by the Apache people. These trails cut through the harsh desert terrain, connecting water source, hunting grounds, and settlements. It wasn't built for speed, it was built for survival. In fact, the name Apache Trail comes from these original routes. The modern road tells a very different story. Fast forward to the early 1900s. This area became the focus of one of the most ambitious engineering products of the Southwest. The construction of the Theodore Roosevelt Dam. To build it, workers needed a supply route through some of the most unforgiving terrain in Arizona. So, they carved a road directly into the mountains, blasting through rock, hugging cliff edges, and creating what would become one of the most scenic drives in the country. Here's a wild fact. When it was first completed around 1905, the Apache Trail was considered one of the most dangerous roads in America. Narrow, steep, and barely wide enough for early vehicles, and it was a true test of nerve. Honestly, even today it kinda still is. Parts of the trail remain unpaved, with tight switchbacks, blind corners, and sheer drop-offs. These demand your full attention. Riding a motorcycle out here isn't just about the view. It's about precision, control, and respect for the road. Unlike modern highways designed to get you from A to B as fast as possible, the Apache Trail forces you to slow down, to feel the road, take in the landscape, and connect with the journey itself. Back in the early days, this road actually became a tourist attraction almost immediately. Believe it or not, people would travel from all over the country just to experience the Apache Trail. Often in open-top touring cars, bouncing along the same rugged path I'm riding now. And here's a fun fact. President Theodore Roosevelt himself visited the dam site, calling the project one of the greatest engineering feats in the world at that time. The dam still stands today, over a century later, holding back the waters of Roosevelt Lake. As you ride higher into the mountains, the scenery shifts constantly. One minute you're surrounded by towering canyon walls, the next you're overlooking vast desert valleys that stretch for miles. And if you're lucky, you might spot some local wildlife. Bighorn sheep are known to roam these cliffs, navigating terrain that would make even the most skilled rider nervous. Speaking of skill, this road is kind of a rite of passage for motorcyclists in Arizona. The combination of tight corners, elevation changes, and unpredictable surfaces make it a perfect test of riding technique. Smooth throttle control, careful braking, and reading the road ahead, it all matters out here. And unlike track riding or city streets, there's no margin for error when you got a canyon drop just a few feet away. But it's not just about the challenge. There's something almost meditative about riding the Apache Trail. The rhythm of the turns, the sound of the engine echoing off the canyon walls, the feeling of being completely surrounded by nature. It reminds you why you ride in the first place. And maybe that's the biggest contrast between then and now. What started as a survival route for the Apache people became a lifeline for construction crews, then a daring path for early adventurers. And now it's a destination for riders, explorers, and anyone looking to experience a piece of living history. Every mile of the Apache Trail has a story, carved into the rock, carried by the wind, and felt through the handlebars. Riding it on a motorcycle, you don't just see that history, you become part of it. So if you ever find yourself in Arizona and you're looking for a road that challenges you, rewards you, and connects you to something bigger, take the Apache Trail. Just make sure to keep your eyes on the road. So if you, motherfucker.